Hey everyone, we're back out today, and we're gonna do some hammock camping. I brought the hammock, just need to find an ideal spot to set it up. Ideally 2 trees with not a lot of snow over it. Found a few spots back over there, but if that tree even moves a little bit with the wind, I'm getting covered in snow in the middle of the night, so not ideal. Anyway, I'm not in a big rush, so we'll walk around a bit. So I picked my spot. I left my gear back there. I'm just walking a bit to make sure there's maybe not a better spot. Mind you, I'm pretty set on staying there. Also just keeping an eye out for firewood. I mean, some down there. There's this one here. There's a few weak looking ones over there. Don't know if they're green. There's plenty of wood here actually. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna stay where I am. I'll show you guys. Right through here. Right through here. So right here it is. There's my backpack. Plan on setting up my hammock between that tree right there and that one right there. So I'll get to clearing the ground, I'll set up the hammock, and I'll be back. I would much rather that fall on me now than in the middle of the night. One more time. to talk about this hammock setup real quick. I feel like not everyone is as familiar with hammock camping as they are with cart or tent camping. So basically, there's a lot of pros to it. They pack down super small, they're super light, they take minutes to set up. You just need 2 trees. You throw the loop in one, and then you just decide what height you want it at. You just take the carabiner off. If you want it tighter, throw it up a few notches. Want it looser, throw it down a few notches. Super simple. It's really easy to level out the hammock, which you saw me do earlier. And which is super important too, to level it out. I've gone to sleep sometimes, and I've slept in the middle and woken up all the way down there. And you really don't feel like getting up in the middle of the night to deal with that. So the only con is you need 2 trees. So if you know where you're going, you know there's trees, you're good to go. Tonight, it's only supposed to get down to 0 degrees Celsius. So I found that I can get by with just a good liner. No sleeping bag, just a liner and a blanket. They pack down to less than half the size of a sleeping bag would be. And I find I'm more comfortable in that than a big poofy sleeping bag. And finally, the underquilt. This is a double underquilt. I love the fact it's oversized. It's not necessarily oversized, it's oversized for one person. But I can always pull this over me, make sure I'm covered up. I actually want to make like a clip to close these up in the future. But it's rated at -5. I've used it at -5, and I would confirm that rating at -5. I don't know if I would use it any lower. I do have the same underquilt from the same company, the summer edition. And what I plan to do is, if I ever go camping at -10, -15 Celsius, I will double them up. Apparently it does work. It's either going to work or it's going to be a miserable night. So we'll see when that time comes. For now, tonight I'll be perfectly fine in this. Okay, so I'll be completely honest. I think in the first video, I get some birch bark and I light it with a lighter. Now, what I didn't show is for about 10 minutes, I tried lighting a fire with a fire steel. I don't know why I was so confident. I have never lit a fire successfully with a fire steel. I've never really practiced it, so, you know, there's that. But I don't know why I was super confident that because the camera was rolling, I was somehow going to get it. So I'm going to give it another try. Brought some fat wood this time, so it should help ignite it. Maybe. So we'll see. Going to give myself the best chance possible. Also, I'm not great at feathering, I think this is called. Whatever this is called, I'm not great at it. I'm just trying not to cut myself at this point. I think a piece went over here. I mean, worst case, I have matches and lighters. I'll get a fire going for sure, but it is fun doing this sometimes. Not to mention, I had grabbed all the birch bark with wet hands, so it just made it even harder to ignite. Okay, so let's see. Set that up there. Now you're supposed to scrape some of this off. It's supposed to help supposed to help light it, which I don't know if I really need because of the fat wood, but we'll put all the chances in my favor. Yeah, see, it takes off some of this stuff. Okay, let's see. Almost. There we go. There we go. It's a bit tough because some of these are all wet, covered in snow, so I try to offset them a little bit. Gives them time to dry before they just drip straight back into my fire. So today's beer is we're having a Miss Maple. It's from a local brewery. I won't say exactly which city, but we're in Quebec. So maple beers tend to be at the top of my list. They're usually seasonal. You can usually find them year round, but the majority of the time they're seasonal. I've yet to have a bad one. And it's actually the same beer I had in the first video, but I had some sound issues. You couldn't actually hear me speak when I was eating or having the beer, so I figured I would actually give it its fair shot. It was pretty good enough that I bought it again. And cheers, guys. I'll see if it's even better the second time. Yeah, pretty good. Not bad at all. So for dinner, I'm trying something different. I don't have much imagination when it comes to making meals. I just do whatever's simple. So basically trying to make a sandwich here. Hopefully it works out. In a worst case scenario, it'll still be edible, so probably end up eating it. Like, yeah, it's gonna fall everywhere if I try this. So to eat like this.